This video you're about to watch contains spoilers for Ghosts, Series 3 BBC Ghosts. Hello everyone and welcome to the third channel. Now today we're reviewing Ghosts, Series 3. Now, as of Monday, the 9th of August 2021, Series 3 came out. Right? What happened was, I watched all the first 4 episodes and half of episode 5. This morning I watched episode 5 and episode 6, the last bit of episode 5 and a whole of episode 6. Now, I'm going to be the first one to review this, which I'm very excited for because Button FM Live are going live tonight and talk about it, but sadly I won't be watching it because I've got other, because I sadly don't have access to it anymore. And then Jamie Does TV might be reviewing this as well down the line, but I'll be the first. This is what I always want. I wanna be the first. I wanna be the first. But today we're talking about Ghost Series 3. Now, there's been a DVD box set of Series 1, 2 and 3 released. I think I only have Series 1 on DVD. So I do think I can invest within the box set. Whereas for this country, I got the second series when I found there was a Series 1 and 2 bundle, but I've got both of them now. I think there was a third series that I haven't got of this country, but because I only had Series 1, I think there's nothing warranting me getting the bundle box set of Series 1, 2 and 3. Now, Yonderland was incredible, funny, hilarious, and really good, but Ghosts knocks it right out the park. This is a fantastic series. Series 3 was incredible. Now, this will contain spoilers to Series 3, and I'm going to go through each episode because there's a whole storyline going through the episodes. So episode 1 is all about the film and documentary at Button House, and you see Alison on screen wearing a really wonky Button House sort of jumper, where the logo's at the side, about there on the jumper. Now, that leads into the rest of the episodes. I'll talk about this storyline, then I'll go through every episode. There was only 6. Now, from that, in episode 2, you find out that Alison's got a sister called Lucy, played by Jessica Napper, another Taskmaster alumni, as well as Charlotte Ritchie. And then that joined in to episode 6, where you find out that everything's not all it seems, where Lady Button, this is a family show. I'm gonna just explain this. This is a family show, and so it's for families. So they named the all family friendly, and it pushes to a boundary a little bit. Larry, I can't remember. I don't know his last name. I'm so sorry. I did an interview with Radio Wales where he explained that. So Fanny, who is Lady Button, who is the prim proper one, she got really obsessed with Murder, She Wrote, which is a fantastic American crime series. Now she works out, after Kitty had found out from the captain that the photo of Alison's dad at Cornwall was actually in a battlefield somewhere, where the captain accidentally shot a seagull. And so you find out that Lucy was just there to steal money off Alison and Mike, which is interesting. Now, Mike had a really interesting storyline in this series, where in one of the episodes, I think it was episode 5, he was trying to make a potion for him to be able to see the ghosts. Now, I would have liked him to actually be able to see them in the end, or he had done everything where he could see them, but I just think that's the same. I think we're waiting for Series 4. I think there'll be an incident in Series 4 where Mike ends up seeing them. Now, there are a few fan theories out there saying that Alison was dead. Now, I have been watching this closely. Every time they're interacting with other humans, they can see Alison. So Alison's not dead, and it's not Mike's imagination, because I don't think Mike would imagine half the things that happened at Button House. And then, so we'll go back to episode 1 now. So episode 1, you find out how Humphrey died, which I will tell you how Humphrey dies. So this is a spoiler. This whole video is a spoiler, but this is a massive spoiler for episode 1 if you didn't watch it last night on BBC 1 at 8:30 PM. Now, Now he tells the guys that he got killed by when they were trying to break through because they were going to plot, because his girlfriend was going to plot to kill the Queen at the time, and they thought they'd buy through and then prodded the sword into the wall and sliced his head off, when in actual fact he climbed up the chimney, got away from them, come down the chimney, went over and said, "Good house." Tapped on the house. I'm tapping on my cabinet, that's what I'm doing as a symbol. Tapped on the house, and then a sword sliced him down, chopped off his head. I thought that was quite hilarious because I could see that coming. That was built there and I could see that coming. Episode 2, you found out a little bit more about Julian's death. Now, we all know how Julian dies from when he said it and the way he dressed, because you die in what you dressed. And there was a later episode, episode 4, or is it episode 5? No, it is episode 5. This sort of glorious, fantastic series where they're all doing a circle, and Julian said his longest time when he's been dead, he's not been drunk, when in actually fact he's been tipsy, because you die in the same state. You become a ghost in the same state as you did when you died. Now Julian, we find out about what happened the moment after he died and how he felt weird being a ghost and everything about it, and it was really interesting to see what it was like from the moment he died to be with all the other ghosts and how he reacted and that. Now, episode 3, they were fumigating the Button House for woodlice, or woodlouse I think, I'm not too sure how you pronounce it. And so they're building tents. Alison builds a traditional tent, and then Mike builds a tent that he found from the loft, or the attic, if you're in America. Now, I quite liked this whole thing because you got to see, what Kitty went to go to Greece, but then Julian accidentally turned it off to the 24-hour horror movie channel, so she accidentally went to Friday the 13th, which was a really funny quip. Now that episode was really good because you got to learn you got to learn that they don't find it that the ghosts don't find it offensive that ghosts tell ghost stories. Now Pat has been incredible in this series, or as everyone else calls him, Patrick, because in episode 1 he tried to make the captain and Fanny laugh, and throughout this series he's just been really kind. And now let's go to episode 4. Episode 4, you just learn more about Lucy comes over to stay, and you learn more about how they've been told of their lawyer to double check to make sure she's the real deal and not a phony, so that then she doesn't steal the house. Episode 5 is where they're all it's like an anonymous meeting because the local church had its roof collapse, so they used Button House. Now they had all the chairs out, and you got to learn more about Kitty's sister, and about how Kitty's sister isn't as nice as everyone thought as Kitty thought she was. You learned how Pat drove away his marriage, and you learned that Julian was not actually sober all the time, he's been a little bit tipsy. And then the captain so desperately wanted to say something, but never did, just because he ran out of time. I don't feel like Pat development was really good. It edited it beautifully. Now, this channel, I want to do an intro to the channel, like an intro on every video, and I want it to be a ghosts theme because I just think that's really cool. So if anyone knows how to do that, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Now, finally, episode 6. Episode 6 ended emotionally. It ended with the end of the story of Lucy, finding out that Lucy isn't really her sister, about them all discovering this fact, and they tried to play improvisation, which is yes and. So I'm walking down the shop, and yes and the cow, and the thing you have to say everything with yes and. It's a game in the acting world. If you're not in the acting world, I am. Anyway, That was really funny, that. And so it was really interesting to see how they wish they could do so much, and they learn about Photoshop because Pat is a lot younger, as in generationally. So Julian died with Photoshop being around and technology, but Pat didn't. Pat died before Photoshop and that, and so it was interesting dynamic. Now, out of all three series, I'll give Series 1 a 10 out of 10, Series 2 a 10 out of 10, and Series 3, I'm going to do this just because I can, just because it's my own rating system, 11 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Tom's TV Show Reviews. What did you think of Ghost Series 3? I loved it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Down on to us. Bye! I'll see you later today. Fingers crossed it uploads quickly over on the main channel.